the Bro Podcast.
Cronk the Bro.
All right.
Hello. Welcome to episode 6 of Cronk the Bro. This is our wedding part 2. The
Part
sequel
2.
episode, because there really just wasn't enough time in episode 1 to really talk about everything we want to talk about in terms of wedding and marriage and traditions and even just our own experience.
Yes. We have a special guest later.
Yes, the maid of honor, is going to be joining us for a very special segment later on.
I can't wait to hear
The main
answers.
event. Do you want to tell our audience what we're going to be doing?
So
Pat?
basically, this is at your bachelorette party. The maid of honor, our special guest, had questions. I was emailed the questions
Ahead of time.
and I answered them to the best of my ability. Sent them to the maid of honor for our
Hello.
wedding, and then you got the same questions.
I did.
And the rumor is going around that the answers were interesting.
I was there because obviously she read the questions and we failed miserably. So I cannot wait to watch your reaction when you listen to
See
this.
these actual answers. Yeah, it'll be interesting. So
It's going to be great.
yeah.
It's going to be great. But
Okay.
first, let's start off with, I think, the most disputed tradition that you're very upset about.
Yes, I am upset. Yes,
Which is?
which is this stupid cake tradition. Okay, so here's the cake tradition. Those of you that I had never heard of this until until we were getting married. So you have the cake. You pay money for the cake.
Yes.
You get.
It's beautiful and delicious.
It's really good. You know, you if you go to you testing all that stuff, tasted it, and making sure it's awesome. And then after the wedding, you bring some of it home. Of course, you bring home cake.
Yes.
But what do? You leave it in the freezer for a year. For a fucking year. You leave it in the freezer and then eat it.
I don't know who started this tradition, but
Well-
as long as I've known, all the weddings I've been to, they say you freeze the top of your cake and then you eat it on your first anniversary, and it's supposed to be good luck. But there are so many of these wedding traditions that are supposed to be good luck. I mean, we just have to call
We
bullshit
don't
on it.
need that much good luck
No.
to sacrifice having to wait a year to eat our cake. And
And you know what the rumor is?
what's the rumor?
That it tastes like shit. It really does.
Great. That is
I
just
know.
great.
It's just a waste of a perfectly good cake that we could have eaten fresh, that we knew.
And
But because we didn't do the night before tradition, I did feel like it was important that we did this tradition.
well, should we just have them play the video?
Oh, the video perfectly sums it up. How bummed you are that we have to wait to eat our cake.
Enjoy the video.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah?
Can we not take the wedding cake out and eat it now?
No, baby.
Why?
Because it's good luck to eat it on our 1-year anniversary.
So we have to wait a year
Yeah,
to
we
eat
have
wedding cake.
we have to wait until it tastes like shit, and then we can eat it.
It makes no fucking sense.
I know.
You sure we can't just take it out and have like a little piece? Just saying.
It's
All
so
right.
good.
And I mean, I think I just pretty much said it all.
You did. I think my favorite part of that video, though, is the why. Like, you say it like such a little kid. It's so sad.
It's incredibly sad.
You really just want to eat your cake.
That's it. And then I also enjoyed the part where I'm like, you sure we can't just take it out, have a little piece?
I love that part,
That's a
too.
good part too.
Although, I'm half convinced that I'm going to, go, when we do have to defrost this cake, that there's going to be little bites sticking out of it. I had to bury that thing so you couldn't find it.
Well,
It's all the way in the back, but I created a frozen food wall around it because I knew.
you better get a bunch of frozen Eggos and dumplings and ice packs and
tons of stuff from Trader Joe's.
You better hope I forget about it because
I really hope you forget about it.
I might crack. There's a possibility that I'll crack in 4 months.
I'll just come home and you're eating frozen cake, like not even waiting for it to defrost.
And I won't even give a shit at that point because I'll be so frustrated I have to wait that long. A fucking year.
I know.
Whoever made up that tradition, you're a total loser.
And whoever made it up, people are still sticking to it. I mean, that's the thing. That's the tradition that's stuck.
I'm sure the person who did it is cool and they had good intentions, but it's a fucking loser move. It's a completely loser move. I can't stand it. That is what it is.
I know. We really should get to the source and just call bullshit on it. But we did it. Now it's done. Now there's no...
You're part of the problem now.
Hey!
You are part of the problem.
Listen, I had that Italian aunt guilt.
Yeah.
Gnawing away at me that at the very least, this was something, we had so much food at the wedding, so much cake, it was beautiful. The last thing we needed was to eat a whole cake ourselves. So I felt like it was the right move to, we'll stick to this tradition and we'll like put the cake in the freezer like they say you're supposed to do. The Italian grandmas tell you that's what you're supposed to do.
All right. I mean, I'll respect the Italian grandmothers in that regard. I could understand like a couple days later or like a week.
Oh, that was great. You did think it was supposed to be a week. You were like, we don't eat it like now or next week?
I probably played dumb just to try to hopefully eat it a week after. I could understand like something like that, but a year.
Right. I know. I'm not a very traditional person. I'm really not, but I did.
A year.
I don't know. Maybe I self-guilted myself into this one.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
Well, come on.
Well, I mean, listen, we've already committed to it, so we have to stick to it.
It's done now. Now it's in the freezer. You don't really... Oh my God, you're being so dramatic right now about this cake. Listen, I promise you this. If it tastes like garbage, I will buy us the exact same cake.
Come back on this show.
From Pastry Garden in Poughkeepsie, because that's where the cake came from.
Very good cake.
Delicious cake. So good. So pretty.
Other reason why this
we'll pop a picture of the cake up on here too because we have the most epic cake topper of all time. Bride and groom riding on a jet ski. Doesn't really get much better than that.
But let's wait a year. I'm done with it. Let's move on. Let's move on from this segment.
Okay.
It's getting me riled up. I mean, yeah, whatever.
Well, you're so riled up about the cake, but I'm pretty riled up about these thank you notes. You want to know why? Because I have to hand write every thank you note that we ever sent. You want to know why? Because Patrick claims he doesn't have nice handwriting. So then I get stuck writing every thank you note.
Yes. And that's how it should be because my handwriting is terrible. It looks...
Oh, come on.
It's
You're
insulting.
Just trying to get out of it.
My handwriting is insulting to someone who's in kindergarten learning how to handwrite. Like I don't even want to say
bad.
It's horrible.
It's not that bad.
Like, it's bad.
It's not. But listen, I love a good thank you note. I like receiving them. I love sending them because it is that extra special gesture. I have no issue with the actual sending of a thank you note. But you need to write some shit out.
Well, guess what?
Or you need to do the envelopes or something.
I'll lick the envelope.
No. Not lick the envelopes. That's the easiest friggin' part. Are you kidding?
What? What part of the envelope?
Address the envelopes. You have to put who the sender is, put the return address, put the stamp on it, and then you lick it. See that sigh? You don't.
I'll do that.
You literally don't do any of that. I do all that.
Even though you should be punished to have to write the thank you notes for the stupid cake tradition. That should be punishment.
It's more authentic if it's handwritten as opposed to like a printed one. So I'm gonna handwrite them, obviously. But see that sigh that you just did? That means you never did it.
No, because my handwriting is terrible.
No, I mean putting the address on the freaking envelope.
Oh, I mean, if
you're on envelope
if you want me to do that,
the full envelope.
It's going to take me like 10 hours to write one thing because it's going to be squiggly everywhere.
You do them, print them on the computer, baby.
All right, I'll do that. I'll do the envelopes.
You can just print them.
No one should be subjected to my handwriting. It's terrible. No human being. Thank God for computers and Microsoft Word. Thank God. And Outlook and email.
Print them from the document, and then they're good to go.
Can you imagine if I had to use like a fucking like quill pen like in the colonial days and like
it
would be a train wreck.
No one is asking you to do that. I promise.
I just want to thank all the people in tech.
Yes.
Whoever
invented mail merge
typing,
and the print design and print labels. Awesome.
I love you. people who invented the pen.
Now you just have to do it.
You guys got to cool off because I suck. I suck at handwriting. But at any rate,
it's okay. Just computer
email.
only.
I'll email shit at anybody. I don't care.
No, it's not.
Handwriting is like
no, not email. Print.
No, I know.
Print it.
It's fine. But
typed and handwritten.
But your handwriting is lovely. So.
Oh, sure. There it is. There's the guilt. Oh, but your handwriting
so
is
good.
lovely.
Yeah.
Oh, you have better handwriting than me.
Oh, you click. That's come on.
I know, but
it's
then
not. You can't dispute the fact that you have better handwriting. You clearly do.
I don't know.
Right.
No, it's okay. I don't mind. But envelopes. You're on the envelopes.
I'll do envelopes. I mean, yeah, if you want. Yeah.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna forever roast you for this 1 year cake thing anyway. So just pick your battles. Go ahead. We can move on. It's gonna.
No, it's
gonna
fine.
circle back to it.
Well,
you know?
I can't wait to put you to work. My little stationary task. It's gonna be great. You're gonna learn so much. It's gonna be great.
As I de-thaw that freaking cake.
Licking an envelope and take a bite of cake, and licking an envelope and take a bite of cake.
I'll wolf that thing down. You won't even know what happened. Take that thing down. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, you shouldn't dwell on the cake like too much, because I'd say that we like break the traditions too. We, you know, unlike our parents or our grandparents, we're living together. We lived together before we got married.
Yeah, which I don't. That's to me that concept is crazy because I mean I guess if back then I guess different times, but imagine that though, like you date someone for years, you'd never live in the same square footage as them, and then you get married, and then you get put in the same like same living quarters. But that to me sounds crazy.
I know, but to be honest, after talking to like my parents and my grandparents, they did not date for years. A lot of them would date under a year, 6 months, 9 months, 1 year tops, and then they'd get engaged.
Yeah,
because
that's
honestly,
true.
Like, especially if you're thinking about our grandparents, they started having children right away. They would,
that's
you
true.
know, they would get married younger. And people really didn't date as long as they did now. Like if you told someone to date for 7 years before you got married, like we did, it doesn't matter. It was great.
Yeah, yeah.
But like back in when our grandparents
were
like courting each other, no way.
Yeah, and the flip side, you know, tell the majority of couples today that once they're dating for 7-9 months, then they got to move in together. And then get married, you know? So it goes both ways, which makes sense, I guess. I could respect the fact that they don't live if they're only going to date 7-9 months, whatever, and then get married. I can understand them not living together, but for me, like, you know, I'm just thinking of in terms of, because I know there are so many couples, we both know people who are very particular, very specific, and like we're both very cool and calm about sharing space, which is great.
You would call me calm? That's so nice of you.
Well, certain things. Don't get carried away, okay? I'm just saying I know there are couples we know people who argue about very small petty things, and
no, I'm
imagine
happy.
6 months and then you get married, and
I'm happy with the way
together.
We did things.
Right,
I'm really happy with the course of events. I wanted to live with you before we got engaged because you don't know someone really intimately in that way until you're sharing a space together, because the person could be a total con artist, or they put on could put on one show with you, and then behind closed doors they're like a completely other person. And unfortunately that still happens. People like lure people in. The
saying I live by is, if you can't make it through a lease, you'll never make it through a mortgage.
Oh,
that is my saying and my suggestion.
So was like the 1 year of living together, Mark, a big deal for you?
Well, yeah, I mean that. Well, certainly a year.
Like that was your marker. Like once we hit a year, then you sort of thought about proposing at that point.
Well, I think, yeah. Well, a lot of. I think this might be common with men. I think a lot of when men feel comfortable proposing is when their career stabilizes a little bit. When their income is there, because then you have to think like, okay, you have to think like once you're engaged, you're gonna probably we had a longer engagement, like whatever, year and a half or whatever, 2 years.
No, we had 2 years and 3 months.
2 years, 3 months, right? So but most
that was
people,
because of the date and the venue. We found a venue we liked.
Yeah.
We didn't want to get married in the same year as your brother, so we chose the next year.
Right.
And we loved that venue and we loved the fall. That was what we did.
And the timeline worked out in that way. But I think for most men who are about to propose, you do want to be financially stable.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think both sides. I think men and women, because it's a partnership.
Yeah, and then and then you have to think about the cost, because
we know that
there's costs, which is cool. It's a great party, to throw, but then right after the wedding, you got to think about a house, and you got to so it's a lot of it managed to a stability, and then there's also the element of just having a path that you can a stable path that you're on, just in your life and mental space too, because it's a big commitment.
Right. Well, the fact that people can still buy houses before they get married is just shocking to me. Like, we did have a handful of friends who did that, and it just sort of, or even like right after their wedding, it just sort of blows my mind. I mean, now with the way the real estate market is, I mean, we're definitely like back in our Queens apartment, with all of our wedding stuff and all of our gifts.
There's some people that we know where like they had an awesome house, and then they got married after. Like sometimes it works out, but I think where I put my warning flags up is like people who just are spontaneous. They're always the ones who end up having, the sort of quote unquote train wreck type of situations where they jump into things real too quick.
No, you shouldn't rush into a house. That is not something to rush into.
That's a big deal. It's a big financial thing, and so that's they go hand in hand nowadays for sure.
Right. Well, in our grandparents' era, that was when then you're finally living together,
which is so interesting that it was.
But I think it feels different. I do think it feels different.
Oh, it does. It definitely feels.
It's different now that it's like official.
Right. Yeah, it's official. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Traditions, I guess it's to each his own, but I can't imagine. And I'm sure people nowadays wouldn't be able to fathom just like, oh, you've been dating 7 months? Oh, you should be married right now. Imagine that.
And you should have a baby on the way. And then you should have a baby right away, because that is when you're most fertile.
That's a whole nother.
I mean, my grandmother, she got married at 19. Which is not. That's young.
Yes.
That's so young.
In this era, in this time, yes, that is incredibly young. But
young. You're just out of high school.
But, during her time, a lot of people probably got married between 19 and 21, and probably 18.
Oh, I'm sure 18.
Before like the college education scene really blew up, and
not everybody graduated high school.
The other thing was the need for a college degree wasn't as high back then.
No.
Because you could start a career right after. You could kind of technically start your career like during your time off in high school, and then once you graduate, you're not, you have availability. But it's different eras for sure. It's just so crazy how drastic, and I just can't imagine the flip side. So,
yeah. Well, I'm happy with our trajectory here.
Oh yeah, we're good. Yeah, interesting though.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, I think it's about time to welcome our special guest.
Kim, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So we have something very important to share with Pat. On my bachelorette party, Kim gave me a questionnaire about how well I know my then fiance, now husband. I want to say that, what would you say, Kim? We failed with flying colors?
Failed miserably. It was terrible.
7 years, and I guess we still have a lot to learn about each other, huh?
It would seem so.
I guess so.
Based on what you guys just said, I've been waiting.
Right. Well, I do want to preface this by saying that, like, I had a glass or two of wine before.
A bottle or two of wine.
No. Wasn't that much, Kim? Come on. And you how many bottles of wine were you in when you took this quiz?
I was 0 bottles of wine in because I was completely sober when I answered these questions.
Definitely.
Kim shot me an email with the questions, and I responded quickly and in a sober fashion, and I answered them as best as I could.
You were so sincere too. It was really sweet.
So it sounds like we're already going to have a contrast in answers, it seems.
Love that.
Okay. All right.
All right, Kim, take it away.
Okay. Are you ready?
I'm so ready. I think Pat's even more ready than I am, though.
I've been waiting forever, so let's go.
Okay, so as a reminder, the game is called The Groom Said What? So the point is, Pat answered these questions, and then Sarah had to respond with how Pat previously responded. All right. Are you ready?
Yes.
So ready.
Where was your first kiss? Pat answered McCann's, which is reasonable. We were always at McCann's.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah answered 37th Street apartment with tongue.
Oh my God.
You could tell right off the bat that Sarah had had a lot to drink.
Holy crap. Yeah, a lot to drink, clearly.
She says
Clearly
Billy's
a lot
slash
to
tea, but we know.
But I think I'm right. No, I am. No, not about the tongue
You're
part.
not right.
Not about the tongue part. The location, I'm correct, because that night we went to McCann's where we all did like the casual hangout. You walked me back to my apartment, and that was where we had our first kiss outside my apartment building.
Nope, that's incorrect. It's in McCann's. In McCann's in the upstairs part.
No, that was the next date. Well,
All
I
right.
guess, Kim, it's still
Off to a bad start.
still up for debate.
Okay, ready for the next failure.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
What's his favorite body part of yours?
Oh my God, go ahead.
Pat couldn't pick. He wrote, and he had a question mark in it. He wrote, eyes or boobs for bonus points, question mark.
That was a good double answer.
Good. Safe bet, but we still, I think, got it wrong.
Oh.
You still didn't get it right because Sarah wrote booty.
I thought you were more of an ass man. I don't know.
All right, well, we're off to a great start. Already 0 for 2.
0 for 2.
Interesting.
0 for 2.
Yikes. This is crazy. All right, well.
I do know you, I promise.
All right, Kim.
All right, the next one you'd think would be a little less controversial, but it wasn't. What would he say is the best present you ever gave him? He wrote custom Nike sneakers, which I remember it took you a few years to like get the right ones, right?
Yeah, that wasn't, I got him the custom sneakers maybe about like halfway through our relationship.
I feel like it was like a few years in the making for you to actually do that.
We saw them in a store in LA, these like
Right.
red, white, and blue Nikes, but then I could never find them. So then I did just have to make them.
Okay. I remember looking for those with you for years to find them for him.
Yeah.
We tried, man. We tried.
Yeah, you got
Anyway.
it. Yeah.
Still made them anyway.
Sarah thought that you would have said Red Sox tickets.
All right, you know what?
For your 30th.
You know what? The sneakers technically lasted me longer, but the 4th of July Red Sox ticket you got me was pretty awesome. So I'm gonna lean towards you as being the one who answered properly in that question. You nudge that to you, Cronk. You got that one.
Ready for the next one.
Mm-hmm.
So ready.
What did he say was your most embarrassing moment?
Oh my God. Here we go.
Oh man.
So again, Pat answered, discreetly and appropriately and just wrote the housekeeping incident in Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's a fair point. It is.
Housekeeping incident in Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Sarah wrote farting.
You nailed that one in.
I nailed it in because it wasn't specific.
Yeah.
Aw. I mean,
your most embarrassing moment, like, oh, so your most embarrassing moment happens like every single day, like or every other day? I mean, I don't know. Amazing. Wow. Keep going, Kim. It's only going to get better, I guess. Sounds like.
Okay, this one was actually like fairly close. What pet name or nickname do you call him? So Pat said that you call him Bubba. You said that you call him Bebe.
Which I do as well.
All right.
I use both, actually.
So you're both right, but you didn't agree.
Yeah. Or maybe
we'll call that a gray area. We both
Yeah.
get partial credit for that.
Yeah, and you also call me Bebe. Cronk Bebe.
Bebe. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So it's interchangeable.
All right.
Really, I think we should get points for that.
That's the closest one we have so far, and it's still wrong.
We need those extra points. So can we get like a few little extra points for this?
Maybe like a quarter point. You had like a couple of the letters the same, like the B and the other B.
All right, yeah, I mean, it's an improvement of the first question, so we'll take it.
We'll take what we can get.
Yeah, this is good. This is bad.
All right, the next one confuses me. Where was your first date? I think Pat's right because he wrote Trattoria L'Incontro, the place on 31st.
Restaurant in Astoria. Yep.
Sarah, I don't even know what you wrote. It says Ornella Trattoria. What the hell is that?
Okay, so this is what happened. We were supposed to go to Ornella, but then we got to Ornella and they were closed for like something happened. It was like unexpectedly they were closed. It was a Saturday night.
Yeah.
So then after we go to Ornella and they're closed, he was like, what if we go to Trattoria? So that's what we did. So technically, so that's why I put Ornella.
Well, no. Technically, you did not go on a date at Ornella, so technically, Pat wins.
Come on, Kim. You're my
Whose side am I on?
Whose family are you in? I mean, I know he like married in and shit, but come on.
He's family now. I don't know. I gotta defend him sometimes.
He didn't make it there, but that was the plan. I should get points because that was the plan, and I did include Trattoria in there.
You try. We'll give you a little participation sticker. You try.
Gold star for Sarah.
All right. Go ahead, Kim. Next up.
What 3 words would he use to describe you? Pat said, busy, social, and multitasker.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah said, fun, spontaneous, and I think it says fiery.
All right. Well, that's the wine working there. That's good.
In the same vein, though.
Yeah, I think they're all true. I think you both just took a different path.
Yeah, I mean, that's hard to get exactly right.
We got some gray area, but it's fine.
That's like personality stuff. It really depends on the day.
Yeah.
How fiery and
But still, we each had 3 words, and we still had nothing that overlaps.
No.
That was a generous question, and we still overed it. We still whiffed on it. All right, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Now here's a little bonus. We asked Sarah to give us 3 words to describe you, Pat. And this was so nice. She said, patient, kind, and funny.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Do I get a bonus point?
I'll give you a bonus point for that.
Yay.
That was
I get a gold star and a
kind
bonus
words.
point.
Kind words. Excellent.
All right, now this was one of my favorites because you actually gave the same answer, but you were wrong. One of you was wrong. Who gets the last word in an argument? And you both responded, me.
Amazing.
Come on.
Amazing.
Come on. It's me. It's totally me.
No, we're never going to agree on this.
How do you not agree?
Because you're always freaking out, and I always end up calming everybody down. I'm like, hold on a second. Like, let's just chill for a second.
Always freaking out?
Whenever there's, well, I mean, listen, it's an argument, so we both freak out. But typically you're the one that's kind of goes overboard, and I'm like, hold on, let's just all relax.
I know,
and then I calm everybody down, which kills the argument. Calmness kills arguments.
Yes,
so that's why I think it's me.
In general, I'm more talkative than you are, so I feel like I have the last word because I'm just always talking.
Just because you're talking doesn't mean you won the argument.
I don't know. We're not.
This is why we're never going to agree on this. But I think
no.
My
you know
point
what?
is,
I'm going to start keeping score now.
Don't do that. We never.
No.
We know we keep score.
It's a bad idea. It's a bad idea.
My whole thing is, I am usually the one that kills the argument because I calm everybody down.
No.
Hence me getting the last word. Hence me ending the argument.
No, I'm not going to agree with you on this.
All right. Well,
I think you're misremembering.
Next.
Okay. Kim, we're not going to agree. But funny that
Pat just thinks the argument is over long before it actually is over.
yeah, probably. Because then I get the last word.
I agree with you on this one, Sarah.
Oh, the Mo agrees.
Oh, you're
No
right.
agrees.
You're right. No.
Yes, there she is.
Okay, next question. What would he say is your guilty pleasure? Pat gave 2. He said baked goods and iced coffee, which I think is true.
Both accurate, yep.
Sarah went a little bit more specific and just said chocolate.
All right. So we're gonna get a point for that because,
Because usually the baked goods,
has chocolate.
Pat's favorite baked good of mine is chocolate chip cookies. So
Okay.
if that's the case,
It's a component.
It overlap. I mean, baked goods and
chocolate.
chocolate. I mean that So we're gonna give ourselves points for that, Kim. It's okay.
Kim, we gotta take what we can get here.
Okay. It's your game. Take all the points you want.
Okay,
Awesome.
we get a point. Partial credit.
Oh, now we're going to start an argument.
Uh-oh.
What does he think is your worst habit?
Oh.
This is a bad one. Nothing good can come from
Nothing good can come of this. So Pat said leaving stuff on the bed.
it.
Yes.
Sarah, I guess, does not think that's her worst habit because she thinks that hers is anxiety and stress.
And I guess overreacting when I'm anxious and stressed.
That's fair.
You don't do that.
Are you serious?
That's fair.
I did that like 4 times today. You can't argue with it.
That's fair.
Pat was here and witnessed it. He must have said, "Can you please calm down?" to me at least 4 times.
Right,
today.
and that's how I win an argument. So there you go.
Would you stop? Did not win. I do leave stuff on the bed though, because we don't have enough storage, and I don't really like to put my laundry away like right away. And Pat puts everything away right away. That
I have the same problems.
Yep.
It's that small
That's
apartment
okay.
life,
That's all right. Just a habit. Not a big deal.
Let's move on and attack Pat instead.
Yes,
Whoa.
I think this is great, Kim. Good job.
All right.
Okay, what do you think is his most annoying habit? Pat thought that you were going to say not shaving or grooming his eyebrows.
Okay,
Amazing.
that's up there though.
Amazing. I'm actually proud of you that you wrote that. That's
No, you wrote that.
Oh, I wrote that? Oh. Okay.
But it's up there.
Yeah.
It's definitely up there.
Yep. Go ahead, Kim.
Would you like to know what Sarah thinks is your most annoying habit?
I absolutely want to know what she thinks my worst.
Ooh.
Do you remember, Sarah?
Yep, I do.
Okay, video games.
That's fair. That's fair.
I mean, there are a lot of video games.
That's
to
true.
play.
That's true.
Mhm. Well, your eyebrows are getting longer and longer each day.
Combo, yeah. Yep.
It's a combination. It's a lethal combination.
Yeah, it's my time suck, I guess. My time killing technique. So,
Yeah.
it's
I mean,
too-
I'll
they're
just
too
keep
damn
putting
good.
stuff on the bed.
That's it. It's okay. We'll just keep.
Okay.
Let's just keep on with what's going on. I mean,
Yeah.
we'll figure it out later.
And someday I'll put my stuff on the bed and you'll play video games from the bed. And it'll all be good.
Yeah, I can just lay on top of your clothes while I play video games. Perfect.
Yeah, I think that works.
That's
for
a
me.
solution, right?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. That's fair, though.
Okay, next question. This one's pretty bad.
Oh,
What were his first impressions when he first laid eyes on you?
Oh my
oh
god.
no. Oh no.
This is a big fail, guys. Pat says that his first impression was instant attraction, Sarah.
Oh, that's so nice. That's really nice.
All that Sarah remembers is that he didn't ask for her phone number.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. That was not
two different mindsets.
That was
doing this questionnaire clearly.
No, that wasn't the first impression. Obviously, that's the wine talking. Maybe I misunderstood the question.
She gets a little saucy when she has her wine, ladies and gentlemen. She gets a
bit.
little saucy. Fiery, yeah, you're fiery.
Well, my first impression is that you were handsome, so don't worry.
All right. Well, then next time when you have a questionnaire about me, include that on the questionnaire.
I had instant attraction too, I promise.
All right,
and
cool.
I still do.
Cool. Excellent.
But you didn't ask for her number, and that was her impression of your whole first encounter.
You didn't.
She's never gonna forget it.
That's a story for another time.
Yeah, I just, you didn't ask for it. But I'm over it.
I will say he redeemed himself.
Yeah, we tied the knot. We're good.
Yeah, like 7 years later, he redeemed himself.
He redeemed himself through and through, many times over. So
yes. Yep.
I have nothing to complain about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next one. What's his favorite memory of your relationship? So Pat gave 2 answers: proposal and asking to move in together on her birthday.
Oh, that's a good one. Those are both good ones.
Sarah's is similar but more general. She wrote LBI.
Oh, so that's okay. That works.
Counts because we got engaged in LBI.
That was a proposal.
So I think can we get an extra point there?
What are you at? Like 1.5?
Yeah. So let's just round it up. So we have an even 2 points for this question.
Even 2. Okay. Well, that's all you're gonna get because here's the last question.
Oh, yikes!
What does he love most about you?
Oh no, we really failed this one.
Yes,
we really did.
Again, Pat gave a couple answers, so it should have been easier for you to like pick one of the 3 that he gave. Pat says, what does he love most about you? Personality or curly hair and eyes for bonus points. You could have gotten bonus points. You had options here.
I had options. These were good bonus points. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Very nice answer. Good job.
So sincere and so nice.
Oh boy, here he is.
Oh, hi, Scout.
We got a cat.
We got a little cat cameo.
And that's it. He walked away already. He just wanted to put his face.
I hope it's supposed to come back on screen.
Yeah.
Okay. What does he love most about you? Sarah's answer: pizza making.
Okay.
I mean, but not the most.
But to be fair, you love pizza more than anything. Like it's like me and then pizza. So the fact that like your fiance, now wife, makes you pizza, I would think that ranks pretty high. Because you love
like pizza. The highest?
Well, like not the highest, but like pretty high. He really loves pizza. I don't think you know how many times a day he asks for pizza. Yeah. In the morning, wants it for breakfast. At any time of day or night, deep dish.
Just two different mentalities answering these questions. Yeah. Just 2 completely different mindsets.
Well, I think you were very sincere and like so sweet about it, and I'm
getting into the spirit of getting married and saying something nice about somebody else.
I mean, it's a nice gesture for me when I make you pizza. It's a shit ton of work.
It is.
It takes a long time.
Very good.
Especially when I make the dough.
Yes.
When I make the dough and then you do all the stuff, it takes a long time. So that's love right there. I don't think you're seeing the subtext of pizza making. Love.
A wife cooking for her husband,
Right, like all that. I mean, I haven't done it since we've been married, the pizza making. But we are making like a Christmas to make and bake bucket list, and deep dish pizza is on that list.
Ooh, deep dish, nice.
Homemade deep dish.
Yep. All right. Well,
thank you, Kim. That was thoroughly entertaining. That we failed that.
Letter grade F.
Oh yeah, what's our letter grade? It's F.
F, maybe like F+ for those points you just made up for yourselves.
Oh, is F+ a thing?
No, maybe like D-.
Is that much better?
No.
I don't think we even got a D.
Yeah.
We got like our best was like gray area partial credit. Like there's no way we got a D.
Partial credit on like 2.5 questions.
Yeah. Oh, we did horrible.
Wow.
Not even like an A for effort, like just bad overall.
I mean, I get the A for effort, right? My answers were like sweet and like romantic and stuff, and
I talked about pizza.
I just remember she just blurted it out. We asked her this question and she just like yells out, "Does it have to do with pizza?" Like, what?
which is a good instinct in her part, knowing me. Yes,
It is. How well do I know my husband? I know him very well. He loves pizza more than life.
I suppose it would have been
Not more than you.
Not more than me.
Yeah.
It's me. Sometimes in the car, he'll be like, "I love burritos. I love pizza. I love tacos." And I'm like, "Can I get on this list?" Do you do that?
Yeah,
He does do that. Just like breaking through his food
I just have happy moments where I'm just like thinking about food.
like when he's hungry, he sometimes
Hilarious.
food. It's really, I have to try to like capture it sometime.
Yeah, please record it. I would love to see this.
It'll happen again. She'll have plenty of opportunities. That's how I deal with sitting at a traffic light and
Dealing with that
people on the road. So wow, what an event that was.
Well, the wait is over. You see
I finally
how well
heard
we
the
failed.
answers after all this time, after all this hype.
I think we're still a good match, even though we failed this quiz.
I agree.
Thank you, Kim.
Yes. All right.
Well, thank you for joining us, Kim.
Yeah, this was fun. I'm glad we got to do it.
Cronk and the Bro is produced in partnership by House of Cronk and Young Hall. This episode is edited and mixed by Sarah Cronk. If you like what you heard, please subscribe and follow us on social media at Cronk and the Bro. Thanks for listening.